Hi, welcome to another video and episode about my fischertechnik monorail, controlled by fischertechnik robot interface and BeagleBoard, which runs Linux. And this is my monorail. Last time I found that I had a problem with the propeller hitting this support for the monorail continuation. However, when I look further, I have yet another problem, because when I look in the length of the track, it is not exactly straightforward. It is completely bent, which is also caused by the fact that this part is not exactly in line with that part. So in order to get the support problem solved, I am going to replace it by this, so that it would be like this, and maybe another one that makes it more appropriate working, or better working actually. But there's yet another problem, because in order to get it completely straight, I am planning to replace the entire underground by a complete board like this one. And since it is a little bit too big for one, I'm using two, and that gives the possibility to include the interface as well. So I can do two things. First, replace this by that arc, or first remount everything onto the plate, and then in the process replacing this support. So my guess is that I will do first the complete remount, and then see whatever happens. First of all, let me see if everything works the way it was last time. So I can ignore the complete right side. Let's see what happens. And there you see what happens. It completely more or less destroys itself. And one time it derails, and one time this happens. And the reason this happens is because this isn't exactly like it should be, and you hear that the propeller easily hits this. So apart from recoding, which is also necessary because of this middle light, I will stop the algorithm running and go on with reconstruction and replacement of the underground. So with both undergrounds next to each other, I can start, and I decide to take this off for now, and the other one as well. Then the question is, where should I put it? Because I have more space now, I can put this somewhere here. And so that will be somewhere around this position. Then the question is, of course, where do I put these? Since this was here, 1, 2, 3, it will be 1, 2, 3 around here. That I will place these. And with this, of course, goes the same. And with care for the wiring, so this is one thing. The lamp, of course, is one, and that goes, for simplicity, at the same location as this. And that is one point. The other one being, well, I can immediately take off this. Not needed anymore, at least not for now. So these middle supports, where can I put them? This was, let's say, oops, there goes the carriage, take care of that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 long, plus, let's say, 5 to this position from here. So that will be 15. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That will be near the end of the plate, which is quite logical. And near the end of the plate means here. So I will need 2 plates anyway, and this will be replaced at once. So this will be here, and now I have to keep in mind that here is, apart from the support, also the receptor of this lamp. So I have to deconstruct the whole thing. Which is of course only logical. That is 1. This is 2, and that one will go here next to the support. Take away the wiring, which will go right here. So those locations have been set, and that leaves the rest. Time to clean up and see how else things go. So now I have the two plates next to each other, and question is, I have to mount everything, and to get the correct height, for example, of the arc, I have kept this one, so I'll put it next to it. This receptor actually has to be here. So the question is, how will the interface be positioned? That's a good question. Right now the wire seems to be short. Then the monorail rods, one against one point and the other one right here. So that is a good measure of where the sonar will have to be. So let's put that here. And then one rod in here. The other one, of course, in here. And then you see it has an overlap, so for now let's keep it like this. I'm fine with that. Which means actually that this one, the support, should move a bit over here. So I'm 2 positions off. There comes the question also, how about the wiring? It absolutely needs rewiring, although I could also put the interface somewhere here, but since I've got quite some space here, this is more logical. And then putting the carriage around here. So that starts to look like something. Oops, better take it off for now. And then this construction, will that hold with this? I don't know yet. But I do need some rewiring. And I better put some rewiring on this side as well for the elements that are really on this side. And then I am of course looking at this lamp and this one. Wiring should be logical. So yeah, some repositioning for this, and let me take this off, take this off, this should be here, and then this receptor here. which also means immediately that the receptor on this side, the lamp on this side, has to move one position. So now they're good. Time to actually fix this support. So first let's get this arc support, working and in place, which is not easy, as you see. There it goes. And that is too far. Should something be like this? And in this way it is already too high, it seems. Let's take this one off. Definitely too high, definitely. This is really not going to work. Do I have something else? Because this is more like it, halfway down. But will it stay this way? Is a good question. Because when I just do this, you see what's happening. And the same of course here. It's all rather flexible. Is that really a problem? I can only find out by trying. So I put the carriage on it. Never mind the wiring for now. And I see already this happening. I didn't think about that one. And this comes off. So, although a nice idea, it's not the solution. What if I put this one in between? Just an idea. And just for showing, this would be somewhere like this. In here, so I can slide this down a little bit. Looks like the correct height. However, this lower part here, let me see if I can get a clearer view. This lower part will definitely obstruct the propeller. So that is not a good idea. So let me put this back for now. And the plates have moved, which is also not good. And there goes the support again. So a nice idea, but needs definitely improvement. For a final step for this episode, I have to rewire a bit. What I also did in the meantime was make a little connection here, so the plates are still flexible but not departing. Very important. I rewired this lamp outside, and I have to rewire this sensor, because right now it is too short wired here. For that I have a rather long wire at hand, so let's readjust the camera a bit. This wire goes here. And the other end goes here. Which is green and red. So with this solution I can easily put this sensor over here, light sensitive transistor, then taking care of this wire I can try to move everything up here, and then I find that this lamp needs to be rewired as well. So and then I find here a problem. So let's deal with this first. That's what you get with tension on wires. Not really. Anyway, time for a second wire, and green and red, of course. So green and red, and then this should be red and green. And I know that this is quite boring to look at, but it's unfortunately necessary to do. So that is one. And now for the disconnected green becomes this. There you go. And then the whole old wire comes apart. So with this much more flexible stuff, I can move the interface out of the way as much as possible. Still a few things to do, but this is much more practical. And you see that this has fallen apart once again, so this definitely needs improvement, although the basic idea is nice. And this way I have a much broader platform to do anything. So, time for a little final test. So, let's run a little test. Things have to get activated, if it chooses to work, that is. No. I have to activate diagnostics. Now it will work. Yes. And what I notice now is that the propeller touches the basic, the underpoint of this 60-degree triangle. So the conclusion is that this support needs to be shifted in that direction, and this thing, this horizontal part, needs to be extended. So that's one conclusion, quite important. Then obviously this needs to be improve because the software is still doing it from the sonar point of view. Then how about the light? I do not see any light now. Apart from this, let's just run it and see. This is going right, so this is the right construction. Yeah, I'll help a little bit. That works fine, but I need the diagnostics interface to find out about this light. So I activated it, yes, then, and you see by this light here, it is clearly active. So how about the other light? And that light is connected to 06, as it seems. That does nothing. it 06? No, that looks like 05. With it not activated either. Let me check the wiring. Yes, that should be 05. But I don't see anything happening. Well, I did see that it did work. But then I need some proof. On the interface. And right now I actually don't see it. And that is the wrong motor. So that is one thing, but most important part is recoding. So it actually takes over from sonar to this light and the second light. Check the wires and of course fix the interface on the board as well. And then I should have a nice monorail which even can be further extended. That is all for the next time. For now, thank you for watching. This is obviously going to be continued. And if you like my videos, please consider running advertisements in between the segments as a way of support, or visit my website to find another way of support. Also subscribe, follow me on Twitter, on Instagram with nice pictures. To be continued.